66 Books is a huge book warehouse located in Hemel Hempstead in the United Kingdom. It is open to members of the public certain weekends a month, and all the books are 70% off the RRP. Yes, that's correct, 70% off, so you are looking at less than £3 for a paperback book. Emery's Crime here, your fellow crime, thriller and mystery book lover. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is a very exciting day because me and my friend are travelling down to Hemel Hempstead, and tomorrow we are going to 66 Books, and obviously I'm bringing you along with me. I went about a year ago and I did a video on it, so check out this video if you've not watched it already, where I talked about how, because I live quite far away, financially it's not really worth it to go to 66 Books. Despite it not being financially worthwhile when you factor in travel costs, hotel costs, etc., I concluded that if you're a book lover, then 66 Books is a must visit. You are in a warehouse surrounded by thousands upon thousands of books. It is a fantastic experience and there's nothing quite like it. It's Friday today, so I've taken the day off work, so we're going to travel down slowly, do a bit of shopping, go for lunch, go for tea, and then get a good early night's sleep so that we can be up early and in the queue first thing tomorrow morning. My friend is going to be here very soon, so I better finish packing and I will bring you along with me. See you shortly. Hello everyone, so we've arrived at the shopping centre, so we're going to grab some lunch, then we're going to do some shopping. Obviously we'll look in the bookshops too, even though we're not going to buy anything because obviously 66 Books. So yeah, just heading over now. How cool is this? Obviously had to check out Waterstones, come on. At the hotel and we're just sat outside having a little drink before tea later. So far this is ending up being more of a food vlog than a book vlog, but there'll be lots of books to come tomorrow. Morning everybody, it's 6:30 in the morning. We've been up super bright and early and we are on our way to 66 Books. We should be there about 7:15. So excited. We've arrived, we're about 20th in the queue, so we're just waiting to go in. They've got this really nice shaded area, so we're not boiling to death, which is amazing because it's currently 18 degrees already. So there's baskets in the warehouse and lots of people in trolleys, but my friend Heather, who I'm here today, had a brilliant idea. We're going to take in tote bags and fill them up because hopefully they'll be easier to carry around the warehouse. We're going in! Just done the first floor. There's 2 floors in here, and my biggest tip, which we thought was great last year, is once you have done everything, do it again. So we're going to do the first floor for a second time, check that we've not missed anything before going downstairs. This is extremely raunchy. Okay, so we've done the first floor twice now, so downstairs we go. So we're downstairs and there's quite a lot of cookbooks and quite a lot of hardbacks, but we've had some paperback fiction backs too. It is a lot cooler down here. Upstairs it's absolutely scorchio. find a Queen Jo Spain book. If you have not read this, I thoroughly recommend it. It is absolutely brilliant. We've done downstairs for first time, and I'm just going to quickly do a quick skim for a second time, and then it's check out and pay. I've not bothered with hardbacks this time because it's 70% off RRP, so the paperbacks work out at less than £3, but hardbacks are like £6, and they're also really heavy to carry, and I just think you get better value with the paperbacks, especially as quite a lot of the hardbacks in here are already out in paperback. Starting to get very tired though. It's amazing and it's incredible, but it is absolutely knackering. It is so worth going back a second time because I've just picked this up, which I've had on my radar for ages, and I completely missed it the first time. Okay, we are done. Time to pay now. That was again an absolutely fantastic experience. Oh, it was just, you just can't describe it. Being in a warehouse full of books is amazing. Ended up spending just under £54 and I got loads of books. I'm going to do a book haul either at the end of this video or in a separate video. Anyway, we're going to head off and get some breakfast and then head off home. See you shortly. We are waiting to get a table at the Waffle House. Heather found it and it looks and smells incredible. This looks absolutely insane. Oh my god, my hair is so frizzy. It's what you get when you don't dry your hair. Obviously, got to do a taste test. That is unreal. So good. Hello my friends, so I am back home at last. I am exhausted. It was such an incredible couple of days, but my gosh, it was tiring. I'm so glad that tomorrow's Sunday, so I can just do absolutely nothing tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow when I'm feeling a bit more alive with my book haul. Hello everybody, it is a new day and I have recovered from being absolutely knackered from 66 books, and here is my book haul. I'm going to start off with non-thrillers and then work my way to the thrillers and save the one I'm most excited for until the very end. I came away with 15 books in total and they came to under £54. If I'd have paid full price for them, they'd have been about £160, £170. But obviously, when you factor in the transport and hotel costs, it probably would have been cheaper just to buy them online, but the experience was just fantastic. First up is these two absolutely stunning editions of two of the books in the Magnolia Park series. Currently, you can get books 1, 3 and 5 as these special editions, and I have been eyeing them up for ages, but full price are £25 and I managed to get them for £7.50 each, so I was so happy. They didn't have book 1, but I was really pleased that they still had book 2 and 3. For some reason, the weekend I was there, they were giving away free copies of Splintered Magic. I think it's a cozy fantasy, so it's definitely not my kind of thing, but I'm not going to turn down a free book, let's face it. I'll give it a go at some point when I need a palette cleanser. If you don't already know, but I'm expecting a little boy in December, so obviously I got him a little book. He now owns more books than clothes at this point. I really need to get sorted because I'm halfway through my pregnancy and he has 2 books, 1 outfit and a toy. So yeah, I'm very, very disorganized with sorting out things for him, but at least he's got a couple of books. I thought this was really cute. What has really surprised me about baby books is that they are almost the same price as adult books. So if I'd have bought this full price, this would have been £9, which is quite expensive given what it is. I got A Tale as Old as Time, a Disney twisted novel. A few people have told me that these are quite decent, and I'm always on the lookout for something which I think will be a good palette cleanser. This is a twisted tale of Beauty and the Beast, one of my favourite Disney fairy tales. They often have these super cheap in the works, so I feel that buying it at 66 books probably didn't give me a massive discount because I probably could actually get it cheaper in the works in the 3 for £7.50 deal, but it was there. You're not guaranteed to get this copy in the works, and it came to less than £3, so why not? The final non-thriller book which I bought is a book which I've been intrigued by, and that is Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. The main character is a estate agent and also a vampire, and she is selling a haunted house, and I just think it sounds quite light and fun, and I also am obsessed with the cover. I think it's absolutely stunning. Watch me give this a try and absolutely hate it, but again, it was a bargain, so it was just rude to not pick it up because I think there was only 3 copies left, so I was very lucky to get my grubby little paws on this while I was in 66 books. I was so pleased when I saw this at 66 books because I wasn't expecting to find it, and that is How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. The publisher very kindly gifted me the second book in the series, but obviously I wanted to read book one first, so I have been trying to keep an eye out on good deals for book one, and I was so pleased it was there because it came to £2.70, which is basically free. I got a copy of Remember My Name by Sam Blake, and it even had sprayed edges, and I've been wanting to try this author for a while, so when I saw it I just had to pick it up. The tagline of this is, "If she turned off her phone instead of listening in, perhaps no one would have died." So I think that sounds really good, and I do hear people rave about her work, so I have very high hopes for this. I picked up Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager because I'm wanting to get through his backlist this year or maybe early next year. I do find that 66 Books has loads of Riley books there, but this was the only one which I didn't already own a copy of in some sort of form. Main character's called Emma, and apparently it gives Gone Girl vibes. I could probably do a whole rant video on how much I hate Gone Girl, but I'm sure that this will be better. I then picked up The Kind Worth Saving by Peter Swanson, which is the sequel to The Kind Worth Killing. That is my favourite of his, which I've read so far, and everyone says this whole series is really good. I think there's 3 books in total. I won't tell you what it's about because I don't want to risk giving you any spoilers in case you've not read book 1, but yeah, watch this space, I'm sure I'll love it. I picked up another Peter Swanson book, which is Rules for Perfect Murders. Again, this is an author whose backlist I would love to complete soonish. I think he's got about 12 books in total, so I've got a lot to get through. Quite a lot of the books in 66 Books have stickers, so apparently this is part of the Richard and Judy book club. I don't think it is. Maybe it's going to be in the next one. I don't know, but it's got an annoying sticker which hopefully will come off okay. This is meant to have cat and mouse vibes, which I do find very hit and miss. I either love it or I hate it, so hopefully this falls into the love category. Years ago, the main character Malcolm wrote a list of his 8 favourite murders for his Old Devils mystery blog. Now, just before Christmas, Malcolm finds himself in the heart of an investigation, and as an FBI agent believes someone may be reacting each of the murders on his list. This is actually giving me 9 Perfect Strangers vibes. I think that's what it's called, but it can't be the same book, it must be different. But if it's set before Christmas, I might save this for December. However, the little man will be here, so I'm not sure how much reading I'll do. Maybe I'll save it for next Christmas, but then do I want to wait that long? I don't know. Next up is Knock Knock by Michelle Tehan. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. And actually this has been on my radar for a while and I was surprised to see it. A new couple have moved to the neighbourhood and they're everything you could want from neighbours. They're polite, they're considerate, they're quiet. However, Marcus has a secret, one of their neighbours, and you're his next victim. So it sounds really good. I love like rich people behaving badly and neighbourhood drama. It is maybe a trope which is overdone, but I always enjoy it. What surprised me about this book is full price. It is £10.99. Normally paperback books are £9.99. Are books going up in price with inflation? I know it was bound to happen at some point, but I just don't like that they're going over £10. Obviously this was like £3.30 with the deal, but oh, I don't like that they're getting more expensive. Another book I was super surprised to see there was Anatomy of a Killer by Romy Hausman. She is a German author and I have been waiting for this to be translated for ages and I didn't realise that it had already been released in paperback, translated into English. Dear Child by this author is one of my all-time favourite books. I loved it. And then her second book, The Sleepless, I thought was garbage. So I'm excited to give this a try and see if Sleepless was just a one-off bad book following a successful book, or if Dear Child was a one-off great idea and maybe she's not an author for me. So I shall see, but I'm going to prioritise this even though the writing is teeny tiny. I have 2 books left to go and then I am finished. If you've made it this far, if you're able to hit that subscribe button, it would mean the absolute world to me. Now on for the final 2 books. The penultimate book was All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. I have yet to read a book by this author and I always hear great things. This was the only book of hers that I could see in the warehouse, so obviously I had to pick it up. The story is about a couple of missing girls and the story is told backwards, which in principle I like the sound of, but Kill Your Darlings by Peter Swanson works its way backwards as well, and I actually found that was really boring. You sort of get that really exciting initial chapter and then it's just filler and boring and there's no build up, but this one might have done it better. Then the final book which I picked up from 66 Books, which I was so happy to find, was Dead Ground by M.W. Craven, the fourth book in the Tilly and Poe series. I felt that this was just meant to be because I have books 1 to 3 on my bookshelf already. Obviously I've read book 1 if you've seen past videos, but I don't have book 4 and onwards, and the fact that the only book of his that they had in 66 Books was book 4, it just felt like a sign. I know that for the series you have to read them in order, and I've only read book 1, so I'm not going to look at the blurb because I don't want to risk in any way, shape or form spoiling books 2 and 3, but apparently the series gets better and better as you read on. I think there's 7 in total so far. When I get around to reading all these books, I will be posting reviews on my website, which is www.emmareescrime.com. Thank you ever so much for taking your time to watch this video. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, or if you've got any questions or any things you'd like to know about 66 Books, please also drop them in the comments too. Thank you so much. Bye!